Hey, this is Chuck Worley with the 757 House Whisperers Show. I am the founder and original host of the 757 House Whisperers Show. I'm going to introduce everybody and kind of get started back into some situations with heating and air conditioning right now. It's kind of beautiful outside, but then it's a little cold in the morning, then it's hot in the afternoon, and people are calling us about getting the heat fixed, and by the time we get there in the afternoon, the AC's running. They're like, no, the heat's fine. I need the AC running. Well, if you call me tomorrow morning, I'm going to be busy again. So I am Chuck Worley. I own Worley's Home Services. We do heating and air conditioning, electrical, plumbing, crawl space encapsulation, spray foam insulation. I am a Houses Talk to Me. I am a building science geek. So I'm going to introduce Mr. Albin. He is our remodeler and builder of the group. And then we have Miss Cindy Rowell with Alpha Pest Solutions. She does free inspections on your crawl space. She is the only woman you know with a license to kill. And then I'll just let you.
Can.
And
she'll go in that crawl space hunting them down like a rabid dog. My name is Michael Davenport. I'm a partner.
She's the only woman that wouldn't be offended by you saying that.
That's the truth. That woman will get after it. My name is Michael Davenport. I'm a partner in CVP Windows and Doors with my partner, Barry Taylor. We have been in business going on 25 years, bought out an existing company when we started that window and door company. We actually make the windows right here in Newport News. We service all of Hampton Roads, Richmond, Northern Neck, Eastern Shore, and down into the Outer Banks. The important thing to know about us is when we say our windows are locally made, they are made to a specific size to fit your specific situation, and we make them locally. If anybody says they're making your windows locally, tell them you want to see where. You want to go see the facility because we will let you do that. You can dial 757-887-3194 and get right in there to us. We'll invite you in to take a look. When I built that building, I put a viewing platform so you could see the whole plant, see the operation going on without getting too close to the danger part. Where all the slicing and dicing is going. Exactly. And then you got Jack Keller with Legacy Painting. He is the $1 of the program. He's a young guy and got a tremendous business going. I have personally recommended him to 4 people that we have done windows for. Everybody's found him to be extremely professional, does a fabulous job, has people that are very well trained working in his company. And he is, like the rest of us, he's younger, but he's already learned that your word is a very important thing. And he wants to be sure that he gives the proper word to everyone.
He's learned a lot from us old fogies.
From the old people. And he retains. He asks questions.
He does.
I did want to ask you a question, Chuck.
Yes, sir.
The one thing I've always found, people don't seem to, like they'll move into a new house or move into an existing house or even in their own home. They will wait until July 4th to check their AC. Is that a bad thing to do?
Yeah, so it is a common thing, and I talked to you. I even ran some commercials last in November, December, and January about bump your heat, do not wait. I have people that brag to me they don't turn their heat on until January. I'm like, y'all done lost your minds.
That's the truth.
That is crazy. I'm like, now of course Damon, he's got his little wood heater. He cheats. So he don't even turn his on, but maybe a couple times a year. But he's out there. He's a young buck. He's cutting wood. He's splitting it up. He's got a log splitter. He's ready. But not if you don't have wood then you got to turn that heat pump on. You got to turn that heat. So just bump it. Just get it. So now I need to tell everybody about bump your AC, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got to get your AC on. Do not wait. I know it's only 70 degrees outside, 60 degrees outside. I know it feels good in your house, but I'm telling you, you're going to wait. It's, 10, 12, 13 plus year old, units. Some of y'all got 20-year-old units out there. Not too often, but it's, you're going to wait till the last daggone minute, and you and 75 other thousand people are going to call us, right? So
The
what do
same
we got?
problem.
13, 15,000 listeners, supposedly every 20,000 listeners or whatever. Yeah, every one of y'all are going to call on the same daggone day when it's 98 degrees. And then the next day it'd be 42, and you'll be like, "No, I'm good." No, you're not going to be good. Like it's so. Anyway, we normally have a couple of weeks of it'll bump hot, and then everybody calls, and then we catch up, and then bump hot, and then it just the bottom falls out again.
We're having it right now. Like it this morning was 50 degrees when I left the house. Yesterday morning it was 46 degrees. And then before I got home, if I didn't turn that AC automatic thermostat pop on, it'd be a little warm upstairs to be sleeping upstairs at 76 degrees hitting me.
Hey, you got a nice dual fuel, nice system at
Chucky
your house.
took care of me back, I guess,
a couple years ago, before COVID.
About pre-COVID, and got a dual fuel upstairs, and it hits 40 degrees. I can always tell. It's got an outside thermostat because it tells the system when to switch over. And 40 degrees is heat pump. 39 degrees, it says alternative system, and the gas has come on. It's just toasty warm and feels so good.
It does. It does. Yeah, the dual fuel system is the most energy efficient system. The only one that's more energy efficient than that is geothermal. And of course, I've told y'all several times, we bought Jake Gildersleeve works for us, and we bought Gildersleeve geothermal out of Chesapeake. And actually, a little trivia for you guys if you hadn't heard. In October, November, and December, we actually acquisitioned some small companies. We're a local legacy company. My son is 30. I am 56. So we have a nice legacy all figured out of what our business is going to do. You have a lot of people getting bought out and bought this and millions and blah, 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 blah. We're not doing all that. So we're staying in business for ourselves, privately owned, which, the size company we are probably, I just cannot think of a bigger privately held company in this area. Even though we have grown to the size we are, we got about 80 some employees now. We are still personal. Everybody can still get in touch with me, get in touch with Chase, my son. Like, we are a family business. We want people to call us because you went to high school with Chase, or you went to high school with my daughter, Skylar. You went at Tab. You went to high school with me. I just talked to a buddy of mine, David Blaha, today, that went to Norfolk Catholic with me years ago. It is cool to listen to and talk to customers, and that it's still personal, right? It's not, hey, 1-800, let me talk to somebody in Kansas or India, So I love the personal contact that we have with our customers. It is really, really flattering when friends of ours call us that they want the service done right. They want it done by a local company. And that's what we are. I mean, we are 757 homegrown. I wasn't born here because I was raised by a Navy chief. I was actually born in California, but I got out of there quick.
Chuck's a moving.
Yeah, from sixth grade. I figured if I got here when I was in sixth grade, I'm claiming this is my town.
Well, I guess we'll give you that, right? You've put enough into it.
Yeah, I mean, that's 40 years. I mean, what's the rule of being a townie?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they say people that weren't born in Pocosin in a house somewhere because they don't have a hospital, they were moving. So, I mean, what are you going to do?
That's right. I'm born in a bathtub.
But that's everybody on this team that we've just mentioned their names are all people that have the same mindset and thought process. It's about the customer satisfaction, doing right by the customer, not trying to just sell them something they don't need, but sell them something they've been educated about. They understand the value for them and how it's going to make their life better because they have a quality product and a quality service done. And that's what we're all about. That's why Chuck started out as just HVAC. That's all he did when I first met him. And then he started adding on these extra parts like electrical, like plumbing, like insulation, like foam insulation, like crawl space encapsulation. because people were asking, and he could see a need where he could go into those businesses, he could make some money for himself and not get rich off of the customer and provide a service. And they call him back constantly for that service
Well,
because
that's
he
why I
has
got
the
into
team on the
gas
road.
piping. We started doing gas
That's right. I
piping. We
forgot the
started
gas piping
doing
part.
all that stuff because, you know, they're like, they just kept asking me to do more stuff. And being raised by a CB, and anybody that knows the Navy knows the CBs can do, and they can, as
They
their
can do
motto,
anything.
can do.
Yeah.
They could do anything, HVAC, electrical, plumbing. So I was in the CBs when I was like 13 or 14. I just didn't realize it. Pop's like, hey, get underneath the house. I'm like, Pop, come on. I got to go, you know, play with my friends. Nope, get underneath this house. I was talking about this the other day. I was like 14 years old, holding up this big piece of metal. I had no idea what I was doing. I was running ductwork. I didn't even know I was running ductwork. I was doing heating and air before I knew I was doing heating and air. It was like wax on, wax off. I didn't even know, you know? So, but yeah, I was lifting up, you know, of course, you know, you got the chief in there, put some butt in it, you know, hold that thing up, you know? I'm like, you know, I'm 14 holding an 8-foot piece of sheetrock. Dad, I don't know.
You know, and that's one thing I can tell you. And I'm sitting here thinking about everyone on our team. We all started out with a good work ethic from our family, our parents. I can remember being in the attic helping my dad do service change outs. And that wasn't what he did. It's something he taught himself that he would help friends. And the little kid, me, scrawny little guy that I was then, there ain't nothing like crawling to the edge of an attic that has a hip roof, and you're up there because nobody else fits, and you're drilling down through the top plate to run wires.
You are not wrong.
Hey,
you are not wrong.
It's something to learn by. I mean, that's the way everybody's on this team. That's where everybody is.
Got some sweat equity in that job.
That was not my favorite summer job. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but it taught you work ethic. It taught you, you know, it's you know, it's funny. So kind of a story about Pop teaching me all this stuff, and so I go and I move. I end up going to Norfolk State after I graduated from high school, and great school, and all my friends went to Old Dominion, so we all got a house together, and yes, Paul Vasquez and Steve Walters, I'm throwing y'all under the bus. So this is news to you guys. So they build this like bunk bed, right? So they get there. They were all proud of themselves. I think they found a couple nails or something and a hammer, and probably used a cup to, you know, bang the nail in. I don't know what they did, but they built this. They were all proud of themselves. And I go over there and put my hand on it, and it's like wobbling. I'm like, somebody's going to die. Like somebody's going to die on this thing. I said, I'll be right back. I just told Pop about this weekend. We were working on the farm and trying to get my daggone tractor to work. But anyway, so I go and I steal all this tools from my dad. I get these 16 penny nails. I get bolts and screws and whatever. So I come back on. Now, this 4x5, I went and got 4x4s and 2x4s and then all this stuff. And I put this bed in. And I mean, you can literally land a 747 on this bed now, right? So anyway, they were so impressed. Like they were like, holy cat, man, we can put like 4 people in this bed now. Like this thing is like solid as a rock. And so anyway, and I'm thinking to myself now, I think back and I'm like about that. Well, when I was not out playing I was learning stuff that I didn't know that I knew. If that makes sense.
Hey,
like I didn't know that I knew how to, like I never built anything by myself. I was always like the hammer guy, you know. It's my joke is my dad was a Navy chief in the Navy. So I knew how to use a hammer by 10, but I knew how to duck one by 11. So it was just so cool when you're working with your dad that he's teaching all this stuff that you just don't even realize that you're learning. So it was been. So that is, you know, we have all worked with our hands and we all got family businesses. That's why I'm so selective about who I want to come onto the show. I don't just want a random guy coming onto the show. I want to know that somebody has referred to me and that is really looking to help people and public service announcements, serving our public, and not being afraid to answer these DIY guys, answer people that want just education. We're not here just to sell them a unit or sell them a roof or sell them a window, whatever. I feel like the more people you serve, the more you're going to be blessed. And I feel like a person with a giving heart and we're all in the service business except for Jack, because he's so young, but I don't know. I just feel like if you serve the public's going to want to work with you. They're going to want to do business with you. And I always say, I want to do business with somebody that I like. I think people are like that. I think they want to do business with people they like and trust and know are going to do a good job.
Yeah, it's a lot to be said for that. I think the way you handle things when you go into someone's home, being respectful of their home. I know our philosophy is treat the home, not especially like it's your home, because some people don't treat their own home nice, but treat it and have respect for what your employer has put together and what his determinations are of how you're going to be when you go into someone's home. It is always the best thing to be in respecting other people's stuff, because they will figure that that's what you're going to do when you do work in their property, whether it's HVAC, whether it's electrical, whether it's a room addition like Albin does, or a bathroom remodel, or getting rid of termites and bugs.
And I think it all comes down to core values, character,
exactly.
integrity, doing the right thing. We're all independent businesses. None of us work for each other and all that. We refer each other because we trust each other. But it's the core personnel here is we're going to do the right job. We're going to make sure it's right.
Well, and that really is the key important thing. I know at CVP Windows and Doors, we are all about doing the right thing when no one's watching, knowing that in our heart we have done the right thing. And I know every one of us on this team feel that way. We are going to do the right thing. And sometimes a mistake may occur. And we're all about, hey, we're going to fix it. It may cost us a few bucks, but we're going to get it fixed because we want everyone to be as happy as they can be.
We all have stories about that. I had a buddy of mine from high school. We put in a 15 SEER air conditioner because he had a 2-year-old furnace. Well, I'm not ripping out a 2-year-old furnace, right? Well, the problem is with these technology of these new furnaces and new air conditioners, it is really a good idea to change it all out at the same time.
They don't
if you got somebody it used to be 20 years ago, 10 years ago, really. You could swap out the outdoor unit and put a new. It's not like that. Everything is computerized now. Everything is technology-wise. So let me tell on myself, right? So we're not perfect. Well, we go and replace this unit. It's a buddy of mine from high school. He had some franchise him and got this furnace for like $12,000 or something crazy. It was a ripoff. He's from New York, so he was almost ready to, do some. And dude, the funny thing is, he sounds just like he's in the mafia. He is the funniest guy, and he's been here 40 years. He's oh my God, I love this guy. So anyway, he has his furnace put in. So he's like, I'm not using these idiots again. I want you guys to come in. So we put in the air conditioner. Well, just in 2 years, the technology had changed enough that furnace would not work with the new high-efficiency air conditioner. So what I do?
You changed it out?
I changed out the dang furnace for free. Yeah. That sucked. Well, it's a good story bad. That's why I'm not saying his name. His wife had to take off for 2 days, and she gave me a 1-star review. So I called him up. I said, bro, why did you? He said, dude, I'd call you and kick your butt. I wouldn't give you a 1-star review. I'd come see you. And he's New York, remember? So you'd be nervous when he said, I'm coming to see you. I'm like, oh man, all right, let me just fix everything before he takes me out. Right. So anyway, I sent him the text. I showed him the thing. He's like, I'll call you back. I'll fix it. I'm like, oh my God, this wife's going to have concrete shoes, right? Because I'm telling you I wish I could do a New York accent because I'm telling you, y'all would be nervous for his wife because he was a business owner. So he knows, I know what you did. You ripped out the whole furnace and put a new one in and I appreciate and didn't charge me to put the furnace in. So And again, we can't afford to do that on every job, but the funny part is the units, the equipment that I was using, they had no idea that was the issue. So we're calling them. We're on tech support for a day and a half. And then we just went and bought a new one and put a new one in because we're on. So she's thinking we don't know what we're doing. And the tech support, we're on the phone with the tech support. They don't even know because everything is new. All this new tech. So anyway, we got it fixed. We ripped it out, put a brand new unit in. He loves us. And he called me back and he goes, I took care of it. I was like, oh my God, I know. So I was like, is she okay? He goes, she's fine. She walks with a limp, but she's fine. And needless to say, he goes, and the 1 star is a 5-star now. Thank you for the new furnace. Like, he is a riot. But anyway, so let's kind of go through today. We're coming up on the end of the show. Thank you guys for listening in. Do not forget to call 757-955-9415. You can leave a text. You can leave a message. Call in anytime if you want to get a hold of Mike Davenport with CVP Windows and Doors, Albin with Albin Co. remodeling homes or new construction homes, Cindy Rowell with Alpha Pest Solutions with free inspections, and then Jack Keller with Legacy Painting, and then there's somebody left. Me. Chuck Worley with Worley's Home Services. Not to be confused with Chuck Woolery because he is no longer around.
Hey, the one thing you'll know, anywhere in Hampton Roads, you see these orange and green and white vans. And it says, trust the brand.
That's right. See the van.
See the van and trust the brand.
That's
Worley's Home Services.
Yeah.
And they will take care of you. People are qualified. And we will be back next week.
Thank you. We will see you guys next week.
You guys take care.
Thanks for listening.
Have a great week.